Welcome to the Cash Flow Guys podcast. Join Tyler and his team as they unlock the secrets to achieving financial independence through wealth-building strategies inspired by Robert Kiyosaki and other thought-provoking leaders.
Learn to build leveraged streams of cash flow that land in your pocket and improve your quality of life.
Gain access to cutting-edge ideas that will increase your productivity and streamline your success. Find out how to supercharge your retirement plan so you won't have to retire with a pay cut.
You can escape the rat race.
Are you ready?
It's time to Learn to Earn with Tyler Sheff.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We've arrived at episode 3 of Cash Flow Guys TV. I think you're going to like this one. Episode 1 was pretty cool. Episode 2 kind of kicked ass. This one here, I think we're going to take it to a whole new level. With us today, we've got the guests, or we've got some guests, a bunch of guests actually on the call. As it stands, we got about 12 people standing by, and that's increasing here as we go. I've got members of the Kingdom Real Estate. The Kingdom Real Estate is a private Facebook community. It is a family, if you will, that of real estate investors, both new and experienced. You can see up on the screen, there's a picture of Todd Fleming. He's one of the owners of the Kingdom Real Estate. That can be found at thekingdomrealestate.com. The purpose of the Kingdom Real Estate is to take people from not taking any massive action to taking complete and utter action to get themselves out of the rat race. The Kingdom talks about building financial freedom. It's a support group, an action group, it's a mentorship club. It's about taking your real estate investing to the next level. I am one of the mentors there. Of course, as you know, I own cashflowguys.com, the Cashflow Guys podcast. I also spend some time in the Kingdom helping the Kingdom members get themselves pointed in the right direction. So how this basically works, it's a Q&A type thing. This is normally goes on Monday mornings, but this call here is about taking action. Each call that they do 9 calls throughout the week, different times of the day. There are a whole handful of mentors that help and that are experts in different topics. One of the things I'm known for in the Kingdom is motivation. In other words, I've got a no bullshit, right to the point way of doing things that has made me successful in my business, and I do the same with the Kingdom Real Estate members. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get started this morning. Good morning, Kingdom people. How are you?
Good morning.
All right. So guys, as usual, I want to know what you did. Now, last week, for those of you in the audience that are watching this on TV, every week we go through on Monday mornings and we find out what these guys did and girls did the week before. A lot of excuses have come up in previous weeks, and because we're no bullshit, we're right to the point, we don't authorize excuses, which means if one of the members here did not take effective action towards reaching their goal, if they didn't do what they said they were going to do, and they don't have an amazingly convincing reason of why they dropped the ball, they get hung up on. They have to get off the call. They don't belong here, because my call, my time is for action takers. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. And Gerardo, you were kind enough to help us count down. We had some audio things going on this morning trying to figure stuff out. So Gerardo, why don't you go ahead and start? I'm going to unmute you. This is an ongoing hot seat for those of you that are watching this from home. This is an ongoing hot seat. When you look up on the screen, you'll see Gerardo there. And this is all about talking about the action he took. So it's your turn, brother. Let's get started with you.
This week about some listings.
Okay.
And they're gonna be sent out this week.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm working on this week.
Good. So you had some listings you're working on. You took some action. You're getting things going, starting to get comfortable.
Yeah.
A little more comfortable. And you do, of course, realize that you're never going to be completely comfortable. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. The minute you get comfortable, I want you to get back to being uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because if you get comfortable, you're going to get lazy. Is that fair?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay. John, I am getting some echo, just so you know. And let's go on to now the next guy I'm going to call on, I know is an action taker. Why? Because I bought a property from him just a few weeks ago. So let's go ahead and talk to Josh in Tampa. I'm going to unmute you.
Hey guys, good morning.
How you doing, Josh?
Doing good. Looking forward to another week ahead. Last week was really good. I locked in my first short-term rental that I'm working on here in Tampa.
Awesome.
Looking forward to getting that up and running. Got it locked in, so just the next process here is getting the lease signed, and went furniture shopping with my girlfriend, so she loved that, of course, so that was really fun.
That's cool.
Wrapped up my first fix and flip deal, got that closed. So yeah, ready to take the funds from that and get that moving into a multifamily property, the proceeds from my first fix and flip, and put that into a multi-unit property. So that's the plan ahead with that. So
awesome. Are you going to make that that multifamily is the plan to make that a short-term rental? Or are you going to do that long-term?
That's kind of still up in the air. Ever since you introduced the short-term rentals to me, it's kind of turned on my eyes to the cash flow, the monthly cash flow, and them outperforming the long-term rentals. However, I still do want to have a combination of long-term rentals and short-term right now to go alongside of what I'm doing as far as wholesaling or retail flips. So I'm not sure yet exactly if that's going to be a long-term rental or if I'm going to look for another short-term property. I want to get the short-term rental done and up and running, test drive that, see how it goes, and then hopefully all goes well, be ready to get into the next one.
Cool, that'll work. Gotta love the action, man. You haven't even had any formal training in the vacation rental thing. I was at dinner with Candace and Rock on Saturday night, and it's like, she's like, Josh has already got a short-term rental. I'm like, really?
The moment you guys told me about it, just a light bulb turned on in my head, and then I got right after it and started driving around the market of where I wanted to be, and started making phone calls to property managers and landlords, and to be honest, got in pretty quickly. And I was pretty surprised. As either luck or I'm not sure, but I was really surprised on how the process has been, and just really looking forward to getting it up and running, and hopefully it works out well.
Cool. There's a guy out there on the internet. It's called OptimizeMyAirbnb.com.
OptimizeMyAirbnb.com.
For $100, he will go into your Airbnb listing and he will optimize it to get the most amount of people to click on it. And so far, it's been working well. There's a company out there called Evolve. I'm split testing. I got the two units. They're right next door to each other and they're identical. So I'm split testing.
Yeah.
And that company, I haven't got any bookings out of them yet. So I'm going to call them today to figure out what the story is. Because meanwhile, I'm booking mine like crazy. So, on my own.
I'm excited to let you know how this goes and talk about the location I'm in right now. Right now, it's kind of top secret.
Okay.
But definitely looking forward to filling you in on how I got everything set up and where it's at here in town.
Cool. So yeah, we update on the fourplex you sold me. We got the gunfire to stop. We got the high intensity LED lighting up, and one tenant's down the road. So
crazy.
We're taking action.
Good deal.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
Absolutely.
So quickly, folks, those of you that are at home watching this, that are watching it through WeBeam TV or Cashflow Guys TV, the Kingdom Real Estate, we go through, like I said when we started, we've got 9 calls a week going on in the Kingdom, different levels of mentorship, different levels of motivation. Mine's more like a swift kick in the ass to get people rolling and taking action. If you want to check out the Kingdom Real Estate, go to thekingdomrealestate.com, and when you do your checkout, it's $97 a month. However, if you use the discount code $1, the number 1 and then the word dollar in caps, all together, $1, that'll give you your first 30 days for $1. I think you'll see in about 2 hours the value that you're going to get in the Kingdom. $97 is a walk in the park, and I think you'll prove that to yourself very quickly. So if something like that interests you, go to thekingdomrealestate.com. Enter the discount code $1 altogether. That's Todd there on the screen. He's one of the mentors and one of the founders of the Kingdom. So thekingdomrealestate.com, $1 is the discount code. And next up, as far as the person that's probably going to have an excuse for me, I hope he doesn't, because I'm ready to blast him, I swear to God. Eddie, Front and center, my brother. You are unmuted.
How you doing? How you doing, Tyler?
Good. Tell me you did something, you accomplished something this week.
For me, a big accomplishment was finally getting a tenant inside a property I was working on, getting a tenant in, well, my first property. So I was finally able to get someone who met, the minimum requirements. That was no drug-related charges or evictions. They had a good credit score of above 550, and then they made 3 times the monthly rent. So I was finally able to get them in. They went ahead and paid their rent up front. Paid it early, so I ended up prorating the second month. So I was happy to get that going, and then hopefully I have a closing. I have before the contract is supposed to be closing on Friday. So I just have to keep following up with the seller to make sure that he still wants to go through with it. But that's what I've been working on.
Okay, that'll work. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I'm going to hit on the comments to what Eddie said. We're going to talk about closing procedures, what he learned from the last transaction. Hopefully he's applying to this transaction, so we'll be back in just a second.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect 98.75% patient satisfaction. 50,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Over half our patients have suffered from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cashflow Guys TV. This is episode 3. My name is Tyler Sheff, and I am your host. We were talking before the last break. We were talking to Eddie Simone. He's from Alabama. Did a deal a few months ago. He took some action. He got it done. He is one of the members of the Kingdom Real Estate. Kingdom Real Estate is a Facebook-based real estate mentorship group. They are offering a special.
if you're watching this show, you go to thekingdomrealestate.com. Normally it's $97 a month for the membership, which is a mentorship club. They've got educational courses, learn about wholesaling, buy and hold, soup to nuts on real estate. Normally $97 a month. If you use the discount code $1, and the word dollar must be in capital letters, all capital letters, $1. That will be, and that is on the screen right now. $1 gives you a $1 membership for an entire month. If you can't find value in this after a month, you might want to rethink getting in the real estate business altogether. But when we left off, we're talking to Eddie Simone, talking to him about a deal that he's getting ready to close on, actually. So Eddie, last time you had some difficulties, you were able to work through those at closing. That was good. Anything, you talked about making sure the seller stays in this deal. What's going on with that?
Okay, so originally the seller wanted to sell the property for $55,000, and I was able to, get it down to 25. So he gave me a call the other day and was like he pretty much thinks he can get a little bit more for the property, and he doesn't know if he wants to go ahead and sell it. But I've been trying to just counter with that and let him know, it'll be a quick close and he can get done with the property because he's kind of, I guess, tired of it and wants to move on to larger units. So I just was trying to convince him that, it may be a good move for him. So basically it's just making sure that he's still on board for the closing on Friday and just making sure that he's going to show up. So that's pretty much what I meant.
You've got this under contract, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've upheld your part of the contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've done everything you're supposed to do. You've put some earnest money down?
Yeah.
Okay. And now he thinks he's going to back out because he can potentially, what gave him the idea that he can get more?
He told me that he's seeing where there's some new development by the city in the area, and he's contemplating maybe holding it a little bit longer because the property value may go up in a few years. So that's kind of what he came at me with when I asked him, okay, so what's the reason? What was the big change in your mindset between, signing the contract to like right now, a few weeks down the road? And that's what he told me. So I've just been pretty much just trying to show him maybe how it would still be a benefit to go ahead and sell it. But, I can't force him to be at the closing table. So now it's just, just kind of trying to keep him, trying to see the value and closing on it.
So Mr. Seller, so what was his pain? Why is he selling?
He's selling because he wants to take the cash out to put into another investment.
Okay. So Mr. Seller, I'm curious. When we talked originally, when you made a promise to me by signing this contract, and I know that you're a man of your word, and I know that you're going through a bit of a struggle right now, trying to decide if this is maybe the best decision for you. And although that's unfortunate, I'm here to help you through that, okay? Because at the end of the day, for any deal to make sense, it has to be win-win. I would never be that guy that's going to haul you into court for specific performance and sue you. I wouldn't want to go down that road, nor would I want to put a claim against the title to your property. That's what a lot of unscrupulous investors do. That's not who I am, though. I don't want to ever be that guy. I don't want to ever be put in that position. That would be unfair for me to be put in that position. I know you wouldn't want to go down that road either. So I'm hoping that we can kind of revisit what you were talking about you wanted to take that money that we talked about giving you for this property, take that burden off your back, because right now it's not making you any money. Is that correct? Is that property making you any money? Eddie?
You're asking me like, well,
if he was the seller. Yeah, if you're the seller.
Yeah, it's cash flowing. It's three doors he has that's currently rented out. But it's not to its full potential. It's still one unit that needs some work.
Okay. So then maybe focus on that unit that needs work. It's like, look, let's be realistic. We know this one unit is going to need even more money, and if that made sense for you, I'm sure you would have probably gone ahead and done that renovation. Is that correct? Is that fair of me to assume that? And he's going to probably shake his head yes. And working him through revisiting his original pain, trying to convince him, it needs to be his idea. But you notice the way I talked about all the things that could happen, but I wouldn't want to do that. That's not who I am. That's a gentle way of saying, look, pal, you know, we made an agreement. We have to follow through. Now, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not a believer in clouding title and things like that. I think it's a bottom feeder way of doing business. And I get that they're the ones that broke their agreement and whatnot, but people shouldn't have to be strong-armed into selling their property. That said, it doesn't hurt sometimes to suggest that those avenues exist. You know, I maybe mentioning, Mr. Seller, look, you know, I understand that you may want to wait it out, but things can happen, such as eminent domain, to where municipalities figure that your property is in the way of path of progress, and they'll come take your property from you. They have that right. Now, I'm not saying that would necessarily happen here, but it's happened throughout the country. You know, we're in uncertain times, Mr. Seller, and the one thing we can be certain of is this closing. Now, you know as well as I do, you're an experienced investor, and what usually happens to people that speculate? That becomes a problem. So you've got a guaranteed exit right now. Any other option is not a guarantee. And then say nothing and see what he says. You start to make him doubt, without telling him that he's wrong, making him doubt his own decision to not follow through with this contract. Because if you go in and threaten him, like there's some morons, some bottom feeders out there that will, they run around going, you're not driving in my car, I'm going to come take your title, take your property. Man, that makes me want to, like, just, I don't even want to say on TV what I would want to do to those people. It's just not right. That's not how you do business. And I know you're not that guy, so that's good. But revisit his pain, talk to him about what will really happen in speculation. You know, you can use the story of right up the road here. A whole bunch of people went up and bought land thinking that a power plant was going to be built. And guess what? The power plant never got its funding. So a lot of people overpaid for real estate thinking that this power plant was coming, and it never came. So the only guarantee he has right now is the guarantee he made to you when he signed the contract, and you could word it that way. The only guarantee you have right now, Mr. Seller, the only guarantee I have is the transaction that we both, in good faith, agreed to in writing. Because we are both men of our word, as I know you are, as am I, and we're going to get this to the closing table. We're going to get you that $2,500 and leave it that way, because you're planting those little seeds. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Tyrone. Yes, you. Listen to him. Tyrone, ladies and gentlemen, is in New York City. He is also a student of Jay Massey. He is not yet out of the rat race, which tells me if he's a student of Jay Massey, and I'm a student of Jay Massey, and I'm convinced that he's actually a lot smarter than I am, a lot smarter than I am. The only difference between him and I, why I'm out of the rat race and he's in, is that I did everything Jay Massey told me to do, and I did the massive action to get out. So, Tyrone, what's your excuse? Have you done everything old Uncle Jay told you to do?
I've done about 45%.
How's that working out for you, brother?
It's not working too well, but I'm getting it. I actually, last week, I just got back into my house. I was staying with my girlfriend. The last 10 days, I was house hacking my house. So I had a guy from HomeAway.com actually rent out my house.
Nice.
So I do some short-term rentals in my house as well, which helps me out. But this past week, while I was at I had a lot of time to think while she was at work as well too, and being out of the norm of my own house, I decided to kind of go old school and actually put an ad in the local Sunday paper. It started to run yesterday. I got 3 calls, so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
So you're fishing in a different pond. I like that.
I just figured, the demographic that most of us are going after is, the 55, 40, maybe 50 and older. And those people still tend to read the Sunday newspaper. I figured, why not? Try it. It was, wasn't too much money. It was $100 to run the ad for a week. So we'll see what happens.
Nothing wrong with that strategy. We have a guy in my market. His name is Fireman Fred. He puts an ad in the paper every week and has for years. I can't remember the last time I've looked at a paper and not seen his ad. He does very, very well. He's an investor. His wife's a real estate agent. They put a very simple ad. Fireman Fred buys houses, any condition, quick closing. I think that's about it. And his phone number. Real simple. That is his whole marketing plan. He doesn't do Facebook ads. He doesn't Snapchat or tweet or any of that other stuff. He just does a Facebook ad, and he never has a shortage of opportunities in front of him. Never. So, number one, I love the fact that you're thinking outside the box, because like Jay taught us both, when it comes to marketing, everything works, but nothing doesn't. And I think that they call it the rule of 7 touches. Says that if people see you, it takes people seeing you or being in front of people 7 times before you become a quote unquote household name. So I would stay consistent with it, commit to it for say 7 weeks. Because I mean, you can send a targeted mail for $700. You figure what, about 50 cents a person to mail to them, just the stamp alone. So let's say $1 with a piece is what it would cost you for a mail, just for quick math. Let's say you're spending $1 a piece for mail, all in. I mean, you're only going to hit 700 people at that math once. But think about the circulation of the newspaper and how many more people you can reach. Not to say there's anything wrong with direct mail. I've done it too. It works. It all works. But the fact that you're probably one of the few ads in the paper, I mean, if there are other ads, maybe there's 1 or 2 or 3. In my paper, there's like 2. One guy's a hard money letter and Fireman Fred. And frankly, if I thought it would reach the demographic that I'm looking for, which is apartment buildings, I would do them myself, because I'm a big believer in print marketing. So that's cool. Have you written any offers in the last week, or you just been busy with the home away thing?
Just the home away thing. It's and that's another hurdle that I kind of need to get over. Like, as far as writing offers, do you just want me to, I guess, just to get comfortable to write offers as far as whatever on the MLS, or stuff that I'm actually interested in trying to buy?
Stuff that you're actually interested in trying to buy. I don't want you to shotgun offers. That's what a lot of people do, is they write offers for the sake of writing offers, or they write offers to appease their coach. That you're wasting your own time, and you're wasting whoever the hell has to read your offers time. The offers to write offers, they need to make sense, number one, and they need to solve the seller's pain. My point of having you write at least 1 offer a week is to get you in front of enough opportunities so you can get far enough into someone's pain to write an offer. So if you don't have enough people to talk to, that tells me your marketing is lacking. It also tells me that your database is lacking. So the reason why I say offers, understand I'm also saying that you need to be building your database, that you need to be having more people to talk to. And if you don't have enough offers to write, enough things to write offers on that make sense, you need to cast a wider net. You need more people to talk to. You need to build your database. So just kind of keep that in mind. You know, it sounds to me, correct me if I'm wrong, do you not have enough properties to write on?
Exactly.
Okay. So how are we going to fix that? You've already taken some steps.
Oh, well, you just answered the question that you asked me as far as spreading my net. So I just gotta, instead of concentrating in one area of Westchester County, I should, I guess, move up to other counties. So Dutchess, Putnam, things like that, I guess, to get more opportunities, things like that.
Well, maybe so right now you're doing it in the Sunday paper only?
Oh, as far as marketing? Well, I was doing the Sunday paper, and I was also doing Facebook ads.
Okay.
I did that $5 a day. I wasn't going crazy.
Okay. So how much extra would it cost? And understand, newspapers are hard up for advertisers, because they realize that everybody thinks nobody reads the paper anymore. Use that to your advantage. Negotiate that negotiate that you want weeks too. Like you call up and say, you know what, I'm not really getting as much response as I thought. How about you throw in the weekdays?
Okay.
And if I get some results, I'll think about continuing my ad. Number one, it's a great way to practice your negotiating skills. Okay, spending time negotiating is always time well spent. So try talking them into 7-day-a-week ad. And if you can't get 7 days, get Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever. But ask the question, because nobody's ever going to say yes if they don't know that you're looking.
Okay.
I found that my local paper, when I advertise in some of the real local community papers, like for my cash flow events and things like that, they always want my business. So they're always giving me discounts and giving me free ads and this to keep me engaged. Because think about it, a newspaper survives off of cash flow like any business does. And they want predictable streams of income because they're a subscription-based business. So they don't want you subscribing one week and not subscribing the next. They want to keep you engaged. Well, for that, they simply need to know that you require more value. Does that make sense?
Lots of sense.
All right, man. Let's see you getting that rolling. I'm going to move on. If you don't have any more questions at this point, I'm going to move on to Shireen. Shireen's like, oh, Lordy, not me. You are unmuted, Shireen. She's cursing me right now.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Tyler.
Shireen. Don't be nervous.
How are you?
It's the same thing. It's just me. It's recorded. If you say something stupid and sound like an idiot, I may consider having the editors edit that out. But realistically, you know me better than that. I wouldn't do that anyway. What are you working on?
Appointments. Trying to take down houses, working on cash flow. That's what I'm working on.
Okay. I see you just had a closing, did you not?
I had a closing a week ago.
Okay.
I had a closing a week ago. I do have a closing this week, and then I got one closing that was pushed back, but it will be closing by the 1st. So I do have those, looking forward to it, but I never count the check unless it's cash. So
Amen.
yeah, I'm moving on to other things. I'm working, like I said, that was the wholesale side of my business. Now I'm really working on the cash flow side of my business. So that's where my attention is right now and this week and with these meetings today.
So I'm going to be a little blunt because you know that's one of the reasons you love me so much, right?
Right.
What changed? Because you went from no deals at all to now you're pretty damn consistent closing business. So what changed for you?
Honestly, I was closing deals before, but not, like you said, not as much. But I think my job was really holding me back. And then I went to the Ohio meetup and got a lot of great feedback and insight. And I just applied those things. And I stalk you and I listen to, the advice that I get and I implement it. And that's really what's worked for me. What really, really has worked for me just is listening and going after that. Instead of finding houses, I'm finding problems. So just that little mindset shift, that has really helped me a lot and helped me close deals.
Good news. Good news. So people at home, if you're wondering what she's talking about, one of the things that I was taught by my mentor, Jay Massey, and by Larry Harbolt, those are two of my mentors, my primary mentors, is to focus on finding problems, not properties. Find problems, not properties. See, everybody runs out and they figure they got to get a deal, right? I got to get a deal. So they'll call like the brand new house that's on the MLS that's listed with a real estate agent and try to negotiate it down to 70% of ARV minus repairs that don't need any repairs because they just built it a week ago. And then they fail. Well, what they don't realize is that there's no problem there. It's a new house. Somebody built it to sell it for a profit. So they have no incentive to sell it to you for a discount. So therefore, you're wasting your time. Shireen has been successful because she's focusing on problems. That focusing on problems is one of the number one reasons I've been successful. I buy apartment buildings that most people drive by and go, oh my God, why don't they just tear that down? And I'm more like, honey, stop the car. I want that thing. If it's ugly, if it's been on the news in the last 12 months, that's right up my alley, okay? Most of the buildings I buy, there's the people living there, but they don't have any leases. And you know, they're only there at night, and it's not because, you know, they don't have any doors on the frames. They're squatting. So those are the deals that you can put together, and because number one, the sellers are motivated, and number two, when sellers are motivated, you can pull off some amazing things. So keep that in mind.
Tyler, to your point, just real quick, a quick story. When I first moved to the area, there was this house where it was a double homicide / fire that everybody stayed away from. I didn't know about it because I was new to the area. But just to your point, everybody shunned away from it. And that property netted me my highest wholesale fee, which was just over $11,000. So, you have a point. There's a point there, and the things that other people are running away from, those are the things that I'm kind of taking on, and I'm working with the sellers and saying, hey, this is the perspective on the outside looking in at this house. Let's work together and get it sold. And just coming from that, you know, they're more open to work with you and be creative and take off from there.
Cool. Good job, Shireen. I love to see that you taking action. I mean, I've watched you grow from it's been what, 7, 8 months, 9 months now since you've been with the Kingdom, and I've really watched you progress. But then again, see the difference between you and the majority of the other people that I run across on a day-to-day basis is that you're getting off your ass and taking action. You're not okay with poverty. That doesn't work for you. Josh,
absolutely
same thing. Josh isn't the kind of guy that's going to sit on his ass and feel sorry for himself. Okay, he flipped a house in another freaking state. He lives in Tampa. He wholesaled me a fourplex while flipping a house in Illinois. See, that's while working a full-time job, and owning a business that is unrelated to real estate at the same time. See, that's called massive action. Don't give me this I'm a victim bullshit and it's not my fault, and oh boo-hoo, give me my government cheese. No, because these people are taking the action to get things done. I mean, come on, really. I mean, Josh, I'm proud of you. You've kicked some serious ass. I'm proud of most of you on this call. I say most, not all. I won't beat up the ones that I'm not proud of, but you're okay, Tyrone. You've come a long way too. You're not on my shit list today. You're all right. Eddie, same with you. You're not on my shit list either. The people that I'm really have a problem with is the people that I haven't noticed yet. The people that are members of the Kingdom that pay $97 a month to take action, and I don't know who the hell they are, which means apparently they're not taking enough action because I haven't heard of them. I don't know who they are. What's that? Okay. So I want to see those of you in the Kingdom that I don't know. I want to see you asking questions. I want to see you on the calls. I want to see you taking action. You can't hang out. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect 98.75% patient satisfaction. 50,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Over half our patients have suffered from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Cashflow Guys TV. Just as a reminder, we are here with our special guest, the Kingdom Real Estate. Kingdom Real Estate is a Facebook group that's designed to help people take action towards escaping the clutches of not being financially free, of escaping, getting out of that rat race, taking action to get to the next level. So you don't have to depend on the JOB, and you certainly don't have to depend on the government, because we already know they're broke. It's no big joke, and it's no big secret anymore. They're broke. They can't afford anything. The kingdom is there to get you self-reliant. Okay, that's the key, to get you self-reliant. So this month only, for the terms of this call, if you go to thekingdomrealestate.com, that's thekingdomrealestate.com, and you check out, it's $97 a month for the mentorship. You can do it right now if you take action. Type in the discount code, the number 1, the word dollar in all capital letters, DOLLAR, $1. That will give you $1. It costs us $1 for a 30-day trial of the kingdom. I challenge you to not find the value. If you think the kingdom sucks after 30 days, you message me directly. I will refund you your $1. That I assure you. You won't go broke. So before the break, we were talking about the people that have taken some action. Shireen's accomplished a lot lately. I was giving kind of on my soapbox about the people that are on this call, members of the kingdom, that the whole reason for this group is, number one, it's a family. It's a family of people that are getting together to support one another. In other words, there are no stupid questions in this group. Nobody gets beat up for asking questions or for taking action. The people that feel sorry for themselves usually wind up leaving. We give them a period of time to get adjusted in the kingdom, but then the people that are here are action takers. That's why this is a small group. This is not thousands and thousands of members. It never will be thousands and thousands of members, because it's difficult to find thousands and thousands of people that are going to get off their lazy ass and take action. Okay? That's what makes the kingdom so special. The action takers, the doers, the people that are really going to make it in this business are the ones that last in the kingdom. So with that, who is my next action taker? John Davao in California. John, I'm going to unmute you. First of all, I want to say kudos for being up. It is 6:47 in the morning right now as we're recording this in California. He's up before the dawn. Here, this is the kingdom. Most of the mentors, except for one, are on the East Coast. So we're all on East Coast time. John doesn't give a shit if it's 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock. He's up taking action. So John, thanks for showing up. I appreciate that.
No, thank you. Appreciate the time.
I wish I could say that for the rest of your California counterparts who are not on this call. Nigel's on this call, so good job for him. But what are you working on right now? What can I help you with?
So I started sending out the second round of mailers, and
Lost your audio there for
a minute. On a call out. Excuse me?
I lost your audio there. I heard second round of mailers.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I'm on my second round of mailers, and I'm trying to separate myself from what everyone else is doing in my market. For example, bandit signs. There's already a bunch out there. Got some advice from Todd last week, and I just sort of took some action on some of that advice. Hit up a local Home Depot with a bunch of flyers. Just put a bunch of flyers on people's windshields, and hit up a local community next to where I live, which is here in Anaheim. So that's. Oh, and I spoke to an investor this weekend and got some information about what he was looking for. So I'm just, working on that journey to the closing table. So
awesome. How long have you been at this, John?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. See, 5 weeks. You're focused on getting to the table. That's awesome. You've got 2 mailers out now.
My second round of mailers is starting today. Correct.
Second round is going out today. And how many pieces you send it out?
So I made the mistake. I didn't order enough, but I'm 278.
Okay.
So I'm starting on my second round of that, 278 handwritten letters. So I'm sending out postcards this round, though.
Okay.
So hopefully it'll be a little easier on me and my wife.
Yeah, I can imagine. To the same list?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Like you said, I'm trying to get myself in their house more than once. Hopefully, on the third or fourth try, they'll give me a shot. So
I want you to hang out until you get 7 or 8 in the mail. Because the
oh
rule,
no, yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, yes.
you got to mentally commit, and here's why. Because I've been through this before, where you send out a couple, and you're like, well, the list sucks because I only got 3 calls. I sent out 200. Well, don't hang out. People, they don't know who you are. They're scared. They're in a situation. Let's say you got to keep hitting them over and over and over again. You got to outlast, because most people that are wholesaling or doing whatever they want to do in investing, they don't stick to it. They give up after the second or third try, mainly because they run out of money. So you have a nice, tidy, small list. Not huge, so it's not breaking the bank to mail to it. You should be able to. It should be affordable for you. Is it affordable?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that said, focus on keeping this number, and you focus and you commit. You and your wife commit that you're going to hit it 8 times. That list, spread out. Follow Todd's guidance, but hit it at least 8 times. You'll find that you're going to have pretty good success if you stick with it, because you're the only one that's going to maintain that consistency. They're going to see your brand, your name, whatever, over and over and over again. That tells them subliminally that you're probably in it to win it, versus the one-hit wonder. And there's a reason why we call them one-hit wonders, is the one-hit wonders out there they do it once and they wonder, well, I didn't get rich the first time, so I'm done. Or they send out 5,000 pieces on the first mailing. See, the way you did it was beautiful, because you have enough pieces to where the mailing itself is affordable. And the big mistake investors make a lot of times is they send out as many as they can afford, period. In other words, they'll send out, let's say, 2,500 when they've got 2,500 bucks. So they have to wait to save up the money to do the second mailing, because they can't afford the first one, really. I like to tell people, have a budget, stick to it, work within that budget. If you're consistent on your mailing and consistent on your marketing, you're going to start getting some traction. Are you doing any Craigslist as well, or no?
Yes, absolutely. Craigslist, and I also have a pay-per-click on Facebook ads as well.
Okay, good.
So Craigslist, Facebook ads, and direct mail.
So,
and the flyers at Home Depot. So.
Oh, there you go. So on Facebook ads, tell me about, how are you doing the Facebook? Do you have some training on Facebook ads, or are you just kind of flying blind?
Correct. So I use I'm not sure if I can say the company's name, but I use a company that specializes in real estate investing. So I have a landing page that I set up with them, and then I created a Facebook page for the business.
Right.
And I followed the steps. I set up my target audience, went through that whole tutorial on Facebook, and I set a budget like Tyrone in New York. But I targeted a specific areas, that I want my name to be out there,
right? So
that everyone knows, what I do. That's how I.
Did you season your? Are you running off a Pixel or no?
I'm sorry.
Are you using a Pixel on your Facebook ads?
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with what the Pixel is.
Okay, I want you to research the Facebook ad Pixel.
Okay,
because the rule of sevens, like we talked about in direct mail, says that you're going to hit the same people over and over again. The Facebook ad pixel basically is some code that you're going to put on your landing pages, and you're going to put it on your website if you have one, and you're going to put it in you're going to attach it to your Facebook ads that tells Facebook who is actually winding up on your landing pages. The importance of that is, once you know who has been there, but once Facebook knows who's been there, then you can do what they call retargeting, so that you can target just those people for special campaigns. In other words, remember I talked about rule of sevens, people need to see you over and over again. By using a Facebook pixel, there's some tutorials right on the Facebook website about it. Learn about that Facebook pixel. I can send you, actually I can't send you a video on it because it's within a system, but Digital Marketer puts out some blog posts and stuff on the Facebook pixel. Study that. That is the key to success in Facebook marketing. If you understand the pixel, you can crush it in Facebook marketing. Crush it. But you got to understand how that pixel works. And and the most important thing is, besides crushing, is it's going to save you a fortune on your Facebook ads. Because right now your cost per click is probably pretty high. Like when I run Facebook ads, it costs me like 8 to 15 cents per click. You're probably paying $1.
Correct. Correct. A little over $1.
Right. So do you see how many more people I can cover for the same $1? Because I'm only paying 8 cents. It's because I've learned, and my team has learned how to use Facebook pixels. So learn how to use Facebook pixels. It'll change your game. I'm here to tell you.
Okay.
So I hope that helps.
Definitely. Oh, and then also just a minute, Yelp, I set up an account on Yelp, and they offered a $300 credit. So I also have that running concurrent with, everything else. So just waiting for the response rate, waiting for folks to respond.
Educate me about the Yelp thing, because I wasn't aware of how that relates to real estate.
Yeah, so Yelp, you can claim your business, post your business on Yelp, and then as an added bonus, they give you a $300 credit to advertise. So very much like how Facebook runs their ads. It just pops up as an added advertisement when folks are searching certain keywords and your target market. So it's very much like Facebook ad, but on the Yelp platform.
Okay,
so,
I like Facebook ads. We'll look into that. It's good information. Have you got any leads out of it yet so far?
No leads yet. Okay. But just figured if it was a $300 credit, I've used about $80 of that credit already. But there are people actually engaging in the ad, which is good news.
Yep.
So I just went on there, added some more information about what I do or what my wife and I are doing, and added some more pictures. So just to try to add some more, try to gauge more engagement, try to get more engagement in our ad on Yelp. So
is the goal?
But I have all those things.
Is the goal for you to buy and hold eventually?
Yes, that is my investor identity. Correct.
Okay.
To buy and hold.
So
Absolutely.
that said,
Absolutely.
One thing I'd like you to see, since you have your Facebook business page, I'd like you to go find some articles that relate to buy and hold investing, things that you find helpful. Number one, I want you to read the articles because, hell, everybody needs to learn. And I do this as well. I go through different blog sites and I read articles that are relating to or somewhere tied to buy and hold real estate. Take those articles, if you think they're good, share them on your Facebook business page. You can automate that process by using a service called Buffer or Meet Edgar or another service called Social Oomph. But try doing that because, number one, when you educate other people, you create a following. And the next thing you know, you're going to have people that either they're scared or they don't understand how or whatever, want to be involved in real estate investing, but they're afraid to take the next step. They may be willing to invest in a deal with you. In other words, like say if I'm scared I may not make the right decision or I don't want to deal with a tenant, then I would be maybe more inclined to invest with you because you have a little bit more experience and I look at you as an expert because you're the one stepping up to educate others. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, absolutely.
That's a great
actually
way.
Absolutely. So the program, the company that helped me set up my business webpage, they actually have content marketing that I'm using, that I'm posting regularly every other day on my Facebook page.
Right.
But I didn't actually think about posting the multifamily, the buy and hold articles. So I'm actually going to start doing that.
Who are you with? Are you with an Investor Carrot or one of those or what?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Absolutely. Investor Carrot. Absolutely.
All right.
I wasn't sure if it was okay for me to say another company's name. So I just, absolutely. Investor Carrot is who I use.
Okay. I would set
and
up.
I actually got that. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. You have the ability to add your own content to Investor Carrot?
Oh, you're asking me if I. Yes. Oh, well, I'm not sure. I've only been using the content marketing that they have available.
Okay.
But I believe I am able to add my own content. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you are, start posting those articles, and I think you're gonna find yourself attracting people organically, but off of those, and definitely putting them on your Facebook page and then your business page, and then sharing them would be huge. Comment them on them as yourself on your business page, and that's gonna draw in your friends list. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Absolutely makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Guys, we're getting tight on time here. If you have any last questions, now would be a good time to ask them. Todd, Shafiq, Ryan, Chad, Tyrone, we've covered you. So for those of you that are watching from home, and then you're watching on WeBeam TV, or you're watching on the Cashflow Guys website or on YouTube, just to recap, we have with us today, we've got about a dozen members from the Kingdom Real Estate. The kingdomrealestate.com is a mentorship group, Facebook-based, that helps people get started and stay engaged in real estate. That's the most important thing. Lots of people get started, but very few people finish. Or if they do finish, they finish like a week later. The Kingdom Real Estate is out there to help people, number one, get started, but stay engaged, take their business to the next level, to truly escape the rat race. Most of the mentors with the Kingdom Real Estate, the founders, myself, we have all escaped the rat race. We have all been able to get our entire families out of the rat race by taking the steps, the same steps that we teach the members of the Kingdom Real Estate. If you're interested in checking out Kingdom Real Estate, you want to see what it's like being on the inside, you can go to thekingdomrealestate.com. Don't forget thekingdomrealestate.com. Type in the word one, the code $1. That's the number one, and then dollar in all caps. $1 in all caps. And in the discount code box, that will give you a $1 trial for 30 days to the Kingdom Real Estate. And it's a great opportunity. I think it'd be kind of crazy because it's $1. You can't even buy a cup of coffee for $1 anymore. But $1 gets you in. Todd, I see you're up on video here. Todd Williamson. I'm going to unmute you. How you doing today, brother?
Good morning.
Okay. Hold on one second, Todd. We're running low on time today, so we're going to have to wind things down. For those of you that are watching from home, I appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Todd, if you have just a quickie question, we've got about, 30 seconds or so.
I was just going to say good morning to you. I'm actually not in a position to talk a whole lot this morning. I was just saying thanks for the content. Good job.
No problem.
And appreciate it.
At your W-2 today?
Yeah, this is my new sales office. I'm now lead brewer and the salesman for the company.
Nice.
So that's.
See, I'm embarrassed. I'm jealous because you get to work at a brewery. Now, granted, I do have a beer tap behind me here in the set, and it does have beer. But yeah, 3 of them, 3 beer taps. So literally, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I could sit here and get plastered if I wanted to because the studio comes with free beer. You can't beat that. But then I'd have to Uber
Mine too.
So it'd make a long day. So those of you that showed up, those of you that had the balls to show up and get comfortable being uncomfortable, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Staying focused in this game that we play can be difficult. It can be crippling for a lot of people, but you people are willing to take the time to come out here and take the action to get successful, okay? Because you can't be comfortable and achieve success at the same time. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. That's just the way it is. If you're interested in learning about real estate investing, you want to take things to the next level, head on over to cashflowguys.com. My website, my podcast, everything we do is about taking action to achieve financial freedom. Why am I a member of the Kingdom Real Estate? Because I enjoy helping other people. I learn when they learn. They force me to be better. That's part of the reason why I'm in the Kingdom. The cashflowguys.com website is out there to help you take your investing to the next level, to help you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is part of what we do in this business in real estate. It's not possible to be successful in real estate and always be comfortable. It's just not. It simply is not. So we want you to be focused on more on taking the action and less focused on being comfortable, because we have to understand that comfort is just not something that's realistic. It's just not something that you're going to accomplish. And too many investors are looking for the easy way. They're looking for the low-hanging fruit. Head over to my website, cashflowguys.com. Click on the tab that says podcast. You can listen to my podcast. I've got about 75 episodes out there covering a range of topics, and soup to nuts in real estate investing. But one of the main themes that you're going to hear over and over and over again is, number one, you have to understand why you're investing. You have to really break that down. You have to build out your plan, and you have to educate yourself. This is not easy. People don't get into real estate. People shouldn't get into real estate investing to make life easier, because between now and then, you got a hell of a lot of work in front of you. The education that we put out is designed to reduce the time frame that you're doing, and the time frame it takes for you to achieve financial independence. I've done it for myself, I've done it for my family and my friends, and I hope that you do the same for yourself. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this week's episode. This was episode 3. We hope to see you on future episodes. If you have ideas about the show, things or topics that you'd want us to discuss, things that you want us to cover, drop me an email at info, that's on the screen there, info@cashflowguys.com. That email goes to both me and my team. We will take a look at your suggestions, the things that you want to know, and we'd be happy to make those points of discussion on future episodes. If you don't reply into us, then we're never going to know what you're thinking, and I'm just going to tell you what I think you need to know, and that may not be accomplishing all of what you think your goals are. So let's work together, drop us an email, and go from there. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. If there's any last comments from the kingdom before we wrap up and before we sign off here, now is your chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, today, the kingdom is quiet. Usually, see, they think that there's 50 million people watching them, so they're all quiet and sheepish. Every one of them. Nobody's saying a peep. Everybody's quiet, or I put them all to sleep. Maybe that's it. There we go. I have a little bit of a technical difficulty. But part of everything that we do involves being uncomfortable. It involves stepping out in front of the limelight. If you think that it was comfortable for me to come to a set, be in a studio, have this camera in my face, talking about these different things, it's not. It's uncomfortable every time I do it. But I know that it's important for the success of my team, my investors, that I continue to educate to dominate. That's why I do that. That's why I dominate my marketplace, because I educate everyone around me. I provide people the value of getting a good, solid education so they can better themselves financially and they can make things better for their families. So with that, I wish you a good week, and we will see you next time.
This concludes today's episode. You don't have to wait till the next episode to learn to earn.
Head over to cashflowguys.com and contact Tyler and his team for more powerful tips and ideas so you can start generating multiple streams of income and escape the rat race.